Aries, it's very important that you trust your very first instinct, intuition with something. The first thing that comes up for you, what you should do, what you should say, who someone is, whatever it is for you. It's like the very first thing, that's it. That's the truth. That's the clarity. That's all the information. And I feel like something is happening, many different things for many different people, but it's like you start to shift maybe even after a couple minutes or a couple hours or a couple weeks. It's like you change your mind. You convince yourself that something isn't actually what you thought it was in the beginning. But your first instinct, your first intuition is 100% correct. Okay, so go with that. And if you decide to shift and change your mind, that's okay. But in retrospect, you will see that you should have listened to yourself in the very beginning of something. Now, I don't know what this is about. Maybe it's already happened for some. I'm sure this has happened before in your life. I mean, it's happened to me before, where I'm like, damn, that was actually the correct thing to choose. That was the right reading of that person. I saw them and immediately I thought this about them. And then I said, nah, that's probably my own projection and they're probably a really nice person. And then they're not. Okay, so trust your gut, trust your instinct. Okay, whatever you feel guided towards doing initially, do that thing initially. Okay, very strong message coming through. Also the numbers 369, 118, 453. This is just what I'm getting randomly. I'm also hearing something about like Tin or Tina or Terrence or something like that. Or terrace, like a terrace. There's also a message about someone with a dying plant. This means something. It's symbolic. There's clues around you in the environment that you're in, or in someone's mannerisms, someone's voice, someone's facial expressions, whatever it is, that are telling you things. Your subconscious can pick up on shit so quickly and just knows. Like your subconscious has its own Akashic library where it can cross-reference all these little micro mannerisms and little things in the environment where it's like, yep, that relates to that. Yeah, I know that already. Means this. And then our conscious mind is like kind of slow to trust at times. And this is one of those times where you just have to go with the gut feeling. There's something about the chest area too that's significant. I don't know what this is, but someone touching you too could feel weird. Yeah, trust your instincts with that. Okay, Aries, I'm sure there's beautiful things coming up and unfolding, and maybe you clicked on this reading to hear all about those things, and perhaps we'll get to them. But I had to say this message right away. Felt like a little bit of a warning. It felt like you could get sidetracked or derailed from a certain path you're on, or just even a like thought form. And then something comes in and you start questioning yourself. Don't, is what Spirit's saying. So I got some messages here. I'm just going to read them out. I'm not going to interpret them too much right now. We're going to wait and see what happens with the cards. But I got that you're going to be invited somewhere. And your first reaction is you asking why. It might seem a little sus to you that someone's inviting you to do something or speak somewhere or come somewhere or meet them or come to this event. It's like you don't really understand why they'd want you there or why it's significant. I just get you being like, why? But it's like with one eyebrow up, like, that's weird. Okay, so then I also got a message. Go when you have a plan and when things are all planned out so you can foresee how things will unfold. Okay, think about your intentions of why you want to go somewhere or do something or present something or create something or sell something or whatever it is for you, or meet someone. It's like really tap into your intentions with it and have a plan. Maybe even have an exit plan. Like, oh, look at the time here, gotta go. Like, I don't know, have some kind of plan for yourself about how to maneuver around or out of a situation that you just don't want to be in anymore. I don't feel like this is anything you need to be fearful of or concerned about in like a heightened sense kind of way. It's just kind of like an extra pat on your back that Spirit's giving you, saying, you got this, trust your gut, you know what to do, you know who someone is, or you know what this means. And perhaps it could mean something actually really positive too. Perhaps you get a really good feeling about someone and then someone else convinces you that they're not a good person and that's the lie, right? So you're going to have to go with that initial instinct. Yeah, I'm hearing something, pick a card. Okay, so when I do pick a cards, like when I watch them myself, and also when I do them for you guys, I always recommend going with like wherever you first went, your eye first went, you know, like it's usually that one. And then when you start to like, your brain starts thinking, oh, well, I really like this, and maybe it's actually this, and the numbers and the timestamp, and, you know, that's all conscious stuff that is not listening to your subconscious knowingness. That doesn't always feel rational or logical, but knows nonetheless. Lots of energy here. Okay. There's like an assertiveness that's coming through from your higher self. Okay, and then I heard, when I want to walk by your side, you disappear into high tide. This could be you wanting to walk by someone's side, and then it's like they disappear into their emotions or into this kind of like oceanic state in which they're being carried out to sea by imagination, or they're feeling a little bit lost, discombobulated. Perhaps it's you who's preoccupied with some fantasy or some creation that you're doing, something artistic, or like, and you're just not present around someone. I don't know who's saying it to who, but this is what came through. When I want to walk by your side, you disappear into high tide. Okay? So let's pull out the cards, Aries, and see what comes through for you. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andy. Obviously, I do things a little bit different. I'm an intuitive reader, so I just read the energy, use stuff around me to help me interpret what it is that I'm feeling and picking up on. Okay. Yeah. If you're returning, welcome back. Thanks for being here, guys. Ooh, what's this now? We have fear. But look, she's in control of the fear. Good. Number 11. Some of you might be scared that your intuition's leading you astray, or like you're not able to really locate what your intuition is saying. If that resonates with you, and it won't be for everyone, but if it does, I just wrote a comment to someone replying back to their question in the comments that like, I can't listen to my intuition. I don't know what it's saying. Like, I feel like I'm lost and I don't know what intuition is and all of that. And a good way to get yourself back on track with your intuition is to listen to the small intuitive messages you get. Okay, like intuitive eating, for example. What do you intuitively feel like eating at the moment, or drinking? Or do you intuitively just feel like going for a walk, or needing a nap, or taking a bath? Like these small little things, or doing a Sudoku, doing a Sudoku puzzle, doing some kind of puzzle. Like, what do you intuitively feel like doing, and do it. And then see how you feel after. And it's like, as you start to slowly respond and listen to your intuition, it gets louder and louder and stronger, and it's easier for you to identify, that's my intuition telling me something. Because when we don't listen to our intuition, well, it stops talking to us, or we just don't understand what it's saying, or what it sounds like even, or feels like. So start with the little things, like very small things. Oh, I intuitively just feel like I'm hearing I need to change the batteries on my remote control, something like that. Maybe that's a metaphor, because I just said you control fear. Maybe you need to change the way you're doing something to give you energy, like vitality, so that you can better manage your fears or a difficult situation. Perhaps you need more sleep, or more time in the sun, or with trusted friends, and this will help mitigate some fearscape for some of you. Now, I was getting this message from another deck that I had out when I was just meditating on your energy. I think I just put them on top here, did I? Yeah. Crown Games and the Wall. Right use of power and obstacles. That there could be something here that feels like an obstacle to you, but you're actually in control of the situation. You can actually get what it is that you desire. I'm seeing stars in the sky, limitless possibility. If you feel stagnant, you can move yourself out of stagnation. And there's some kind of obstacle that's either been presented to you as an obstacle or put on your path, or somebody's maybe been in your ear saying, oh, Aries, I don't think it's going to work like this. And then you're going to have to contend with this and deal with that. Or maybe this is you with yourself. It's an illusion. Okay, let's keep going, Spirit. Boundaries. Okay, for some of you, this gut instinct, surrender at the bottom. Hold on, Spirit. Okay, in relation to the obstacle and work, family, friends, whatever, just surrender. 11:11. Yes, just surrender. That doesn't mean that you can't stop, striving for your goals and moving forward and doing the things you want to do. But if you come across something that you feel you need to really maneuver, manipulate, or mold, or you need to come up with some 10-step strategy and all of this stuff, and it's not working, then surrender, because something better wants to come through. Wisdom, your inner wisdom wants to come through. And this thing you could be pursuing, if you do it in a way that goes you're fighting the energy, you could end up in something extreme power, I'm seeing. Wow. In a situation where that divine power that you're reaching for turns into a little bit of an egoic extreme power, or you deal with someone else's sense of power. Anything else there? It's interesting, this reading, there's different messages, different threads. Typically, I usually get one long message that weaves together, but this feels like there's nuggets of information that want to come through in different places of your life about different things. Surrender. Hold on. Before we go further, can I ask a little bit more about how to surrender? Ace of Swords, power again, dynamic. Four of Wands, stamina and potency. And the Ace of Swords did come out in reverse. I feel like if you have a power struggle with someone, it's zapping your energy reserves. Okay, and if you surrender, it's things start moving in your favor. For some of you, this is you actually look like the bigger person, or you are the bigger person, or you're the more chill person because you're not engaging in some kind of battle here. You're just confident. Anything else? Temperance. Yes, exactly. The devil. Exactly. That's how you deal with the devil. Temperance. Temper that need to control a situation in order to I don't know, win, maybe. Win something. You could have questions about what someone's saying. Are they being truthful? Are they being sloppy? Are they, are they on the ball with something? And I feel like the Magician in reverse. Again, it's you can't muscle something to happen. You're just going to have to let it flow, let it go, and see what happens, kind of thing. Five of Wands in reverse. Don't engage in the argument or the conflict. Surrender. Okay. Okay, one more on that. Willpower and mindfulness. Thank you, Spirit. Destiny at the bottom. Yeah, this surrendering is about being present in the moment, being mindful of the power dynamics at play and what's worth fighting for, what's not worth fighting for, seeing the longer vision of the situation. Okay? I'm hearing something about is this going to matter in 5 years from now? But Spirit is saying have the willpower to observe what's actually going on and know that you can just chill out, not engage, not enter into high conflict. Okay? We had this message for the collective, and maybe this is also for you, but it's like fight fire with water. Just flow. And that might feel difficult for you being a fire sign. I don't know. We all have unique charts, so maybe not. But maybe you want to watch that collective reading if this is resonating. Okay, I'll link it in the little box thing that pops up. Okay, so boundaries and fear. So that gut instinct, that intuitive hit that you get right out of the gates with something, if it is fear or like unease or like, ooh, I don't know about this person, then you should put some boundaries up here. Okay? So don't feel like you need to give this person all of what they're asking for, or maybe nothing at all. I don't know. It's going to be different. 11 and 12. And it's not only to, like, Spirit's not only saying put up your boundaries, but it's more so like remember the boundaries you already have in place. There's no need to break them down. Okay, yeah. Can I have some more information on this? 2 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Holy shit. 9 of Wands. Somebody's going to try really hard. It says dazed and confused here. 5 of Swords under this. Distress and confusion. 9 of Swords. Crucified and tortured. Aries, I think you should listen to that feeling that says, I don't trust this person. This ain't true. This ain't right. Maybe it's not somebody coming towards you directly. It could be someone who's introducing themselves to a family member or a friend, and you're like, I don't know about that person over there. Okay, and you're right. 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Cultivate and prolific. The 7 of Swords coming out in reverse, though. So I feel like Spirit is saying if you want to connect with someone and you get an intuition about them that says that you should maintain your boundaries, it's not like it's completely, I'm hearing something like Khalifa. It's not like it's completely off the table, okay? You can still connect with them, but be, wisely cautious. Not fearfully cautious, just wisely cautious about how much you divulge, about the next steps you take in this situation, okay? Can you tell me a little bit more about when I want to walk by your side, you disappear into the tide? King of Wands, disciplined and devoted. This could even be you with yourself. It's like when you want... Yeah, this could be that feeling of like your intuition slipping away from you. Or your higher conscious disconnecting. Page of Coins, expression and message. Yeah, okay, so somebody here really needs to show some more devotion and discipline to the messages and expressions of your intuition. Okay? You have to show some faith here to yourself about what it is that you're receiving. And it can be hard. Yeah, 7 of Wands, persevere, endure. It can be hard. Obviously, I'm intuitive, but I didn't always trust my intuition. Not for a long time. But there were some situations, and it was usually when I was at a distance from the situation, where I'd say to someone like, that person is not like working in your favor. That person, no, like even people that were close to other people. And for years, I was like, they were like, oh, Andy's just jealous, or Andy's just weird, or Andy's just whatever, they'd come up with reasons for why I would say this. And then in the end, it was always revealed that this person was not to be trusted. Okay? So it can be hard to know those things and have those intuitions, and no one's listening to you. And that's fine. You don't have to force anyone to listen to you. They won't. It's their choice. It's their free will. But don't you start convincing yourself that you're wrong. Now, this is kind of a delicate message because sometimes we do have certain ideas about people that are projections and we are wrong. But there's like, your message today here is you have a first like initial kind of like feeling, and then it's like you start to think, maybe it's not that. And Spirit's saying, no, go back to your original feeling. This feels like it could even be a very specific message of something that has just happened and you need this confirmation. Okay. Can we get a little bit further in, Spirit? And I'm not even really doing a spread here. I'm just kind of pulling cards, which is interesting. It's very intuitive. There's no plan. Go when you have a plan. Work. When things are all planned. Luck. Home. Stability. Some of you, worries here. Some of you are being invited to somebody's home and you might have some worry or some fear. You got to listen to that and act appropriately. Some of you are having a so-called lucky break, but there's no stability around it. And what? Justice, balance, equalize, the devil again, and temperance in reverse. Okay, I say this often, the Magician. If anyone's rushing you and it's making you feel uncomfortable or discombobulated, or that you can't exert your strength in a situation, you don't strongly agree with the pace of things, then take that as a sign that you need 7 of Coins to kind of slow things down a little bit. Because I do see someone wanting to rush you here to do something. Could even be a part of yourself and it's making you feel uneasy. Yeah, I can hear somebody now being like, oh, and I had this in the comment, which is probably why I'm hearing it. And it was like somebody was saying, oh, what a terrible message or something, like trying to create fear. I mean, fear was the first card, so we have to pay attention to that when we feel those things at times. Okay, because sometimes it's our intuition, the moon, it's our intuition. Okay? Now, it shouldn't really feel like in your body that it's a life or death situation, like heart racing and all of that kind of stuff. It should just be like immediate, like, I don't know about that. Okay, so listen. Yeah, even me bringing that up, I feel like, again, there's someone trying to convince you that what you're intuiting isn't real or is wrong. Okay, can we see Aries' current energy? The 8 of Pentacles. Good, I like that. That's you go when you have a plan. The opportunity. Or sorry, what you don't see coming. The opportunity. Challenge. Yeah, the challenge is the High Priestess, the intuition. The advice. Temperance again. We have temperance twice. And it fell right on top of the devil again. Okay. Temperance is the name of the game here for you. Okay. And then the King of Pentacles. So let's clarify a bit. So 8 of Pentacles for your current energy. This is you having a plan. This is you wanting to see things all laid out on the table here. Wanting to read the fine print in the contract, in the details. Read the detail. Devil's in the details, okay? So get all the information that you need. Don't just hope that it's all going to go according to plan. Surrender and judgment. Because that message of surrender was coming back in. I feel like how you use your discernment about where to surrender and where not to surrender in this particular situation is part of your awakening. Life is complicated. Situations are complicated. We're complicated. And so we can't just walk around with surrender like tattooed on our forehead, okay, and being like, I'm surrendering to everything all the time, everywhere. No, sometimes we need discernment and we need to ask questions and we need a plan. And other times we need to surrender to the unknown, surrender to the flow. So I feel like this is kind of a tricky situation where it's like you have to surrender. Like you're not going to get some kind of information or answer or something you need to make you feel totally safe and secure. And it's like you have to surrender at that point and stop trying to press it or push it or try to make things make sense. Just surrender to your intuition telling you that this is potentially the Emperor, something where you could lose some kind of control here and not in a good way. Something that might not work in your favor. It's not in alignment with your vision. And this is also why it's so important for us to have plans and visions and fantasies and desires about what we want for the future, dreams, so that when things pop up, we can quickly assess like, hey, is this in alignment with what I want? Yeah? Okay, cool. No? Well, then no. Or maybe. If it's a maybe, then we can begin to look at the smaller details of it. Okay, so if something comes in and it's not really in alignment, well, it's kind of your answer. So let's see. The Wheel of Fortune for what you don't see coming. It's a big change here. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. Four of Cups. And then what? Justice. Yes. So this is you rejecting something. Page of Swords, because you see something here. Look at this image. Two people here in bed together for the Four of Cups, which is interesting because this is a card about rejection. There's something that you need to turn down and say no to, or some kind of connection, some kind of partnership. I feel like metaphorically, you got to know who you're getting in bed with. Metaphorically, like even in business, right? And I feel like you turn something down that maybe looks like a huge opportunity, or it's life-changing if you take it or if you don't take it. But once you turn it down based on your own intuition, and so if you feel intuitively you should go for it, then this isn't your message. But intuitively, there's some kind of like unease here coming up for you with the Fear card. When you turn it down, things come into balance. You've made the right karmic decision for yourself. And there's some kind of justice here. I also feel like there's some kind of protection that you receive. You avoid some, the Empress and the Emperor. You avoid some kind of entanglement, Page of Swords here, that you're already concerned about. Could be with two other people or like two big forces. Maybe authority figures, or maybe these are, I don't know, but there's two people here that you avoid some kind of conflict with. The Emperor came out again. Let's see. Growth of energy and creativity. Maybe these are people who want to control your creativity or will impact your creativity in some way. Okay, the Three of Pentacles for your opportunity. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be work related or like life situation related, like moving or something like that. But there's like another opportunity here for you to work with other people who value you. It almost feels like someone wants to sweep you off your feet, kind of like in a love bombing way. Just gotta say it. They don't have to be a crazy narcissist, but it feels like a little bit of a love bomb here with the luck and the home and the stability. It's like, come on, just like everything's gonna work out. I feel like there's some other opportunity that's a lot more straightforward and reliable. Tell me more about this. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, straightforward. Where you don't have to have any guessing games. Like everything's laid out. There's a plan. Yeah. Two of Wands. There's a clear choice here. The choices are clear. And there's two people communicating about what it is that is going to happen. The lovers going for, or sorry, the devil. Interesting. The devil going forward. The lovers, I said. And the consequences of it. If somebody is has like no plans, or it's like, oh, we'll have to see, or in this amount of time, maybe I'll be able to move over there, or maybe we could do this, or maybe blah, blah, blah. There's something here that the Fool, you should move on from. Yeah, it feels like you could be strung along in some sense. It's like a dangling carrot, I'm feeling. Okay? And maybe, I don't know what the motivation is for it, but Spirit's just saying, you're wiser than this. Okay, so the High Priestess for the challenge, your intuition. The Tower. Your intuition is telling you that there's something to be very cautious of. Aries, like this is just confirming you, yeah. Birds, something about birds coming through. Something that scares you, maybe something happened with a bird that scared you. I don't know, something about soup. I don't know. It's like, something's just not clear. It's like a bunch of ingredients mixed together in a soup, and the person's like, come on, try this, it tastes really good. And you're like, well, I'm allergic to a lot of things, so what's in it? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I don't remember, but don't worry, you'll be fine. You're like, probably shouldn't have that soup, and you're right. That's the analogy I'm getting. Okay, Temperance for your advice. Things need to make sense. Things need more time. Things need to slow down. The right opportunity is going to be presented to you, but you won't see it if you're off somewhere else trying to get out of something that you should have never got involved in the first place. Tell me more about Temperance, Spirit. Passion, love. The Pragmatist, that's what we need. Pragmatism here. We need some like practicality. Obstacles we have at the bottom, and then endings. Yeah, I feel like this whole thing, if you got involved with it, or you go further with it, or you condone it, or whatever it is for you, it just creates more obstacles. But again, it's kind of an illusion, the obstacle, because you don't have to be involved. Really, you don't. You get to choose. And I feel like Spirit's asking you to end some kind of contract, or end even discussions around getting into a contract of some sort, literal or figurative, and move towards a practical strategy, something that makes sense, or someone who is practical and has a plan, and like things make sense here. Okay? And there's love and there's passion. And not some kind of little devil lurking around the corner that you're sensing. Could be someone's shadow is going to come out, you know? your subconscious could be picking up on someone's shadow or their childhood wounds. So let's see, the King of Pentacles, and this is actually the Queen of Pentacles right here. So we have those two together with love and passion. There's definitely a better union, a better contract. And 3 months from now, that's what you're manifesting if you trust your intuition. I just want to like kind of reiterate, it could be you with yourself, like a part of you saying, come on, Aries, just do this thing. And intuitively, you're like, no, I shouldn't do that. But you're convincing yourself you should. And so love yourself, trust yourself, and surrender to your intuition and watch what happens. Watch what unfolds for you. King of Pentacles. This is stability, success, plans coming into fruition. Everything works out as it should, as you expected. Okay, let's take all of these. The Empress, Judgment, 10 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is you listening to your feminine aspect that wants to create an awakened state of consciousness by trusting your intuition. This is you listening to that part of you that is looking for long-term happiness, not just short-term fulfillment. This is you thinking about the highest good of all and making sure everything is equal give and take and not just some one-off, one-sided opportunity that you can't see past like the next step or where it's going to go. Okay? Be wary of someone who's making a lot of promises but has nothing to back those promises up. You need some kind of guarantee here or security, or you need to learn something more about someone before you do anything more with them. Or perhaps you just say, forget it. That's enough. This reading was enough confirmation for me. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that now. So you trust your gut. It's a general reading, but I feel like by now you'll know for sure. Okay, and then if you still don't, maybe you feel that way now, and then you click off this reading and you're like, shit, I don't know anymore. Then just sleep on it. Sleep on it and see how you feel first thing when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes. Ask yourself the question, should I do it? Is it this right person, whatever it is? And you'll have your answer. Okay, first thing that comes to you. Because that's when our subconscious mind is really fresh and still active and accessible. So I'm going to get a closing card here for you, Aries. And then I'm going to go into an extended reading. In the extended, we go a layer deeper into this message and see what else comes through for you. So let's see. Closing message for Aries, Spirit. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Beloved, radical acceptance. Oh, this is beautiful. See, again, accept loving yourself, which means listening to your own intuition. Accept it. Your heart knows. Your heart center is the oracle of your mind. That's what I was getting. Heart center is the oracle of your mind. I'm going to read number 31. That's nice. I'm going to write that down, actually. Give me 1 second. The heart center is the oracle of your mind. Okay. What is your heart telling you to do, Aries? Feel secure, taken care of. The universe is your partner. Something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will be afraid of punishment for your transgressions. If you believe in a version of higher power that blesses you, you may find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust and acceptance. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to the divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? Grace is activated in your life now. You're in good hands. Your work, family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can, so now is the time to rest and recharge instead of producing, doing, acting, and strategizing. A hot tea, a good book, and a soft blanket are in order. Don't rush, rest, and trust that intuition, Aries. Okay, I love you so much. Link is in the description box below for the extended. I don't know if I said that. But if you can't go to the extended, don't even worry about it. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.